Okay, SiriBot did the thing. Yep, that's a classic one, SiriBot. Pikachu use first like usual. He really likes to use first. Yes, he does. It's a thing he does. Yes, it's a thing he does. And then he does the highlighted message welcoming me to Strem. And I'm going to welcome him to Strem as well. And I am on the wrong scene. I keep doing that lately. Let's fix that. There we go. Now I'm on the right scene. I fixed it. I fixed it. Look, I have to test on that screen to make sure the game audio's working. And, well, actually, I might have to turn the game audio down again, because Cuphead is, I think I turned it back up. Cuphead's a fairly loud game. Yeah, I'll probably turn it down because I'll take a look when I get into the game is the plan. I like this song. I mean, I've just been picking ones I like for the Cuphead ones because I haven't felt the need to try and go out and do Cuphead's music and loop it correctly. That sounds like a lot of work because I'll be honest, I kind of forget what the process is for doing it, so yeah. Alright. Still got a few minutes before the start time. I like how it's still technically saying it's a casual playthrough, even though I'm doing expert mode. I mean, it's still casual in that I'm not going for S grades, I guess. Actually, I'm gonna edit stream info. I don't know. I was gonna add. What's up? I don't know. Just Monday. I was weirdly awake when I got up this morning. Like, I'm normally more sleepy when I get up in the morning. But not today. Don't know why. Ad is starting soon. Ad is starting soon. Ad is starting soon. And so that means it is going to add. It is going to add. Add. I don't even know what I'm doing now. But it's saying it's starting soon, but I like how it gives you a countdown, and then it just sits on starting soon for a while. It's really special. Like, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, soon. And now it started. Like, a whole, like, almost minute and a half plus after it said it was going to. It's great. And then it, like, the next one starts, it says, like, as if it's gonna start when it says it's gonna start, but it really doesn't. It's a weird thing. But pre-roll is off for, well, several minutes now. Basically, if I had a 30-second ad every 10 minutes, there would be no pre-roll. Or a minute ad every 20 minutes. Or a minute and a half every half hour. Or 3 minutes every hour. Which, admittedly, compared to, like, TV and stuff, 3 minutes an hour is not a lot, I don't think. Like, aren't commercial breaks in TV like 2 minutes, and they're like several times in a half an hour? But the problem is being live content, they just kind of like splice in mid-sentence, and that's the part I don't like about them, really. And you miss stuff because of them. Like, otherwise, the density does not bother me. It's a reasonable density. Anyway, it's almost time to start. Yep, we're close enough. Let's do this and do this. Until the delicious blast course. Anyway, we're at 130% now. I'm curious about something. No, why did that person have that option? Like, I'll ask Washer if and when he shows up. Alright, Bippy the Clown. On Expert, of course. With Chalice, of course.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin!
I'm just gonna No, I should warm myself up before I start retrying stupidly. I have to remember my tech. Okay, I'm doing real good here. Wow, I am very bad now. Okay, yeah, the train does just show up now. Right, Self, remember, you have a double jump. Don't be afraid to use it. Self, you have a super. Don't be afraid to use it. I hate when he uses that move because, like, you need to jump, right? Also, I forgot that I switched moves for this part. Alright, so good start. Very good start.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up!
Alright, that's that. No, look, this time the train wasn't there right away. Good job, me jumping into the... I'm gonna get hit. No, I'm not. Also, I used that really low, so it probably didn't do that much damage to him. Wait, what hit me? Oh, I must have jumped too close to the steam vents. I don't like this phase. Alright. Of course, there's one more train. I did that a little high. Nope. Okay, we can do this.
Good day for us. Well done. Here goes.
Alright, good start. Great start, even. That's what I get for trying to be preemptive. Like, come on, me. Alright, that seems to be my problem today, is getting hit there. Okay, I'm bad at phase 1 today, so there is that. Darn it, he backed up at the wrong time. Okay, stay away from right there, because you keep getting hit by a phantom hitbox there. Probably gonna get hit for this. Yep. Okay, I need to, when the balloon animals have spawned, jump before doing that.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Darn it. Get hit by the last hit of the attack. Okay. This won't hit me, and I will waste it. Okay, at least he's starting with this one. Which means it's dodgeable when the train is there. Okay, please fire before... Thank you. Darn it. Alright, as per usual, 1 HP. There's gonna be no train. Actually, I'm doing pretty bad on Super, all things considered. Darn it! Gotta really... You know what I'm gonna try? Because this boss is vertical,
Here goes.
when I'm using it, my super, like, I can actually use the other one, and it'll be fine. Because I'm using it on this phase. Darn it, I hate that attack. That gold horse is so tough to deal with. If the train is there. Now the thing is, I have like no super compared to what I normally have at this point. Because I don't have the free parry and I haven't parried anything. So if I'm doing this... Okay, how close did I get? Yeah, I think this is the right call.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
Alright, well, I got hit stupidly in phase 1. I was hoping... Alright, well that's a free card. Okay, thank you for being when the train's not here. Alright. Is the train gonna come again in time? No. Yes. This is terrible because it's gonna cost me damage. Come on. Okay, that special, like the single special, doesn't do that much damage.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Noted. Well, if I can just avoid dumb hits early on. Then... why am I not using this? Once again, I took 2 hits. Yeah, this isn't the run, that's for dang sure.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
Alright, there we go, that's better. Of course, so that one didn't get hit and I wasn't ready for it. Okay, wait. Ah, what am I doing? Okay, that was... What am I doing? It's not the gold horse, you don't do that, me. Hey,
Match will get red hot. Here goes.
you know this. At least you should. got hit when I really shouldn't have, but... Okay, only down to 2 HP already. No! Me! Learn! Now you can do it, but not while it's doing the attack. Okay, it's after the 2 attacks you can do it. That's what it was. I'll learn this eventually, I swear. That was a bad place to use that, but it definitely does more damage.
This match will get red hot. And begin.
That I didn't even hear the beep because I went for the parry. Why am I not using this? Now you go close to him. Alright. Once again, lost some damage due to poor train timing, but... I didn't see that baseball. I thought that was going to be a clutch recovery from landing on the fast train. Unfortunately, it wasn't.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Oh, good. Wow, that was just pathetic.
Good day for us. Well done.
Do this.
You're up.
I don't want to lose a hit on phase 1, but practice me.
Here goes.
I did it too soon. I'll take it this time, I guess. And that was a super late super, so I don't know if it did full damage. Well, since I screwed that up, I might as well take the... I don't like the gold one as much as the green one.
It's on.
Alright, that went by the way it's supposed to. I'm not even gonna say good, because that's just what should be expected. Alright, well, I was using the wrong attack there. Rain! And this time there was no train to screw up my timing, so... bonus damage. I had 3 health for this phase, and I just squandered it pretty hard. I got there with 3 health too, but I just squandered it by using my super at an inopportune time. I really need the health for that last phase, because like those baseballs are a thing, to say the least. No, Self. Practice. 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 You've been over this. Just because you don't have a flawless run of the first phase doesn't mean you can't have flawless runs of any other phase. Taking a bit of style points there, going for that one. Whoa! That was quite the dodge. I don't have a lot of cards, but I have 3 HP again. Let's see if I can not squander it this time. I should get the super before this is over still. That counts as squandering it, me. Oh! It worked. Ah! If I just used my card!
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
But see what I mean, me? That was a battle where I got hit in phase 1. Because phase 1, it turns out, isn't the easiest phase. Alright. That, I still don't know how to, like, I'm not great at dealing with that when that particular instance happens. You know, I should use this so I can gain more. I did not land on the swing. But I've gotten so close now. For my viewer that's here. Maybe not a good day to stream. Still going to. I got hit in this phase this time, which is not great. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. That was not even slightly what I meant to do there. But, like, realistically thinking about it, what I wanted to do was meaningless. Yeah, getting under him is a... Yeah, I might have been able to roll out of that one. I have to remember that this button exists. Yeah, that timing is the not easy. I'm not gonna go with that strategy, I don't think. Wow, I died in phase 2. I'm getting worse again. Alright, let's do this. Alright, made it through phase 1. Why am I not using this, me? That was a risk, and it did not pay off. That was me just... I was otherwise gonna get under him and be dead, so, like... I should have tried to roll through it, I guess.
This match will get red.
But I feel like I get stuck in situations sometimes with the gold head and its anti-jump attack. How did I not get hit there? You know what? Don't question it. Just take it. We take those. Then I panicked because I wanted the parry. Darn it, I was really hoping I could parry that. Okay, it's gonna be near him. Late train, unfortunately. I don't think it was late enough to matter, thankfully, but... So much to focus on with all those baseballs. Like, there is so many of them.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
Alright, it's gonna be a moment before the train gets here this time. I'm disappointed about okay, I'm just feel stupid about losing that one. Okay, that one was my fault. I got cocky. I went for the parry I didn't need to. This is not the winning run. Unless I perfect the final phase, which, let's be real, that's not happening. Why baseballs anyway? Why penguins with baseballs? I don't understand, really.
A great slam and then some.
But
It's on.
I'm sure they have their reasons. Okay, that was weird feeling. Alright, have, like, no parry. This is fine. The train's not here. This is free. That's fine. The train is here, so I have to... Okay, I still got 2 HP at least. Better than nothing. Alright. I've always landed on the platform when I've done that, except this time. The train coming doesn't mean the baseballs disappear me. Get that through your brain.
Good day for us. Well done. Here goes.
Alright. Okay, train's just going up the lift, so it's gonna be a bit before it gets here. Fine, there's no train. This isn't fine. If the goal what happens when the train is there, I just take damage more often than not. I'm not good at dealing with that combination. Darn it, thought I could duck it, I couldn't. Maybe if the swing wasn't moving, I could have, but no.
This match will get red hot. It's on.
Alright, you Bippy, as your name may be. Of course, the only one I shoot is the one I wanted to parry. Wow, that was brilliant, me. This is gonna throw everything off because now I have way more cards here. Now I have no super for this phase, but I have 4 HP. Maybe I should have saved my super, but at the same time, I have a plan. That plan is to get hit once more than I wanted to there. No! I was so close. Why did I not use my regular supers? Okay, Self, if you get there without the big super, use small supers. Noted.
Here's a real high.
Alright.
Here goes.
Unfortunately, this time I've already been hit. Okay, this is not the winning run. The last one should have been if I wasn't... I pressed the super button instead of the dash button. Yeah, I got under the horse. I was doomed.
A great slam and then stop. And begin.
I'm gonna be right back. I think that pipe is where I want to get. Amazing. Amazing. That was brilliant. And yeah, that's what happens if you fall out. I lived. Don't ask how, but I lived. And I am dead. And I am not dead. Why am I not dead? Pray tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Like, I had it there, right? I had them all lined up perfectly. It just refused to go on the button. Mostly because I've written it down as a note to myself. Anyway, this is the part where it's Donkey, Diddy, Tiny, Chunky, Lanky. We're going to do it, guys! We're getting a banana with Lanky!
Welcome to bonus stage.
Crazy Kong Clamor. Play the level when I do. Or I'm gonna die right before the checkpoint. Alright. Let's continue. Wait, I hadn't lost there. Hi, Soapful. Welcome to Strem. It's glad to see someone here. Playing some more Cuphead. Trying to beat this clown. Alright. And yeah, the train isn't here super immediately. Ah, darn it. Do that. Like, that's not going to be useful on all bosses, obviously, which is why I'm going to use the Spectral Volley most of the time. Alright. Alright, fair enough. This is not the winning run, as you can see.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begins.
No, keep practicing. You're not, like... Still disappointed that I tried to save for, like, the super that one time. There we go. Like, I might be able to do the final phase with just 2 hits. If everything goes well. I'm not going to be able to do the final phase with 1 hit, no matter how well everything goes. I don't think, anyway. Like, this part's easy. It's when he does this. The clown. They're the baseballs.
This match will get red.
They just destroy me. Use this now. Nice, we have a full card and almost 2 going into this phase. Less nice we got hit, but... Okay, just don't do gold again, please. Thank you. Darn it! Almost made it with 3. Would have been nice. I just want to... How do you deal with that? Oh, neat. It's not even showing me the message now. Cool.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
I am completely zoning out. This is going real well. Yeah. This.
Here goes.
I knew this one was a challenge, but, it's that last phase. Good me. You got it twice. I probably wasted part of that. I'm also only at 2 HP. No, I can't double jump when that attack, right. See, I didn't double jump this time and I'm fine. There's no hope though. I am not skilled enough to have any confidence in my ability to beat this phase with one hit. Darn it, I missed the platform. I got too focused on trying to optimize that super, but that was with one hit we made it that far. We, like, imagine I did that low on the time where I had 4 hits when I got there. Granted, that time I actually used the super. But no, like, I didn't make it to the second, No, when I, had the one where I got there, I, got hit twice by the first attack, so... But that tells me not to give up even if I have 1 HP. Miracles can happen. Yeah, I was, I needed to be further ahead when, like, the horse came down. Alright. 2 HP. Bad train timing. Things aren't looking that great, but... Okay, now what did I do differently last time? I went... I went down too soon that time. They also appear in different locations, I'm realizing.
This match will get red hot. And begin.
Why is it that I always seem to destroy the pink one immediately? Okay, he's still in range, thankfully. At least partially. Should have dashed. Yeah, I should have gotten off the train.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Alright, you. Darn it. I'm right here. Wow, I'm surprised I got out of there alive. And by alive, I mean without taking a hit. Because I still had 2 HP. That's the second crazy through I've pulled off during this boss battle. Okay, wait for them to all come out, then go down. Attract a lot of the baseballs down there. I'm noticing they're in a different position the second time, so that's not gonna work the second time. But if I can get there with more HP and my super, I can win this.
Match will get red hot. And begin.
I mean, that being said, that's all the winning we're gonna be doing today, probably, because of what's next. Well, this run is going nowhere fast. Still can't believe I botched that one run by saving up for the big super. Like, I didn't need it. It would have won if I had just, like, not even tried to use them good.
It's on. Good day for us. Well done. It's on.
Darn it. That is the third crazy through I've pulled off. Not that that one mattered because I got hit immediately afterwards. Wow. Just wow.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Okay, I made it through the first phase. That's always good. It's always a shame when I get hit on this phase. It's always just... Like, that one is trivial if the train isn't there, but if the train is there, it hits you. Alright, I just have to do really good. This is not helping. I normally go from the other side, but... How close did I get? Why do I have all these super good runs when I get there with 1 health? Why can't I have a super good run like that when I get there with 2 health? Because
A great slam and then
part of the problem is I'm not getting there with 2 health often enough. Like, I'm getting hit often enough in all the phases. Like, the last phase isn't really this big roadblock as much as it is I get to practice it less, and, I keep taking hits in other phases, so I only got there with a lot of health once. No. Not even gonna go for it. I want to preserve my health if I can. Now it's gonna give me gold again. No, but I'm gonna get hit in a stupid, preventable way twice. Alright. Now, one thing I did that time that I'm gonna try and replicate is I'm not gonna use my super yet. Wait for these guys to come out. I did not replicate. But I had killed one of those guys.
a great slam and then you're up.
Alright. First phase good. Second phase bad. No! Why did I double jump? You know you get hit if you double jump there, me. Third phase terrible. I hate that. It just hits you. Like,
This match will get red hot.
I really don't sometimes, I do sometimes think that attack produces, like, situations where you're getting hit unless I can dodge through the roller coaster, in which case I wouldn't have to get hit because I don't have to. Okay. It's time to experiment. No, I don't think you can.
A great slam and then now go.
Like, because of the conveyor effect is like stronger for some reason. It's like they want to specifically prevent that strategy. Like, I felt like it was like getting cut short. Yeah, I saw that coming, and that was a waste of a super, most likely. Alright, now you're gonna give me gold, now that the train is here. No, you're not. Okay, 2 HP. Just have a really good run, and you can, of course, the train's here. Why would the train not be here? Okay, that was like the perfect scenario, but I still botched it. Wait, why was there only 3 guys? Oh, if I hadn't botched that, I got to kill 2 of them with my super. Again, though, if I can... I don't need to do amazing on the final phase. If I can just do good on the first few phases. Okay, this was a really stupid way to screw up. Gold horse. Alright, watch. This time I'm gonna get really close again because I'm gonna do really well. I'm gonna dodge the first volley, which is all I need to win if I got 2 HP, but... Okay, they don't count as killable when they're rolling. Makes me wonder if my other strategy would actually work once they're done rolling. Of course. Darn it! Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Well, there's still hope. Okay, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. Once all of these guys come out, like now, it didn't take out any of them, so that did not work as intended. But I won! I got there with 3 HP and it was enough. Okay. We did it. We beat our boss for the day. And yeah, that was slow. So there's something I'm doing wrong. I didn't parry that much. That's part of the problem. I could have done more supers. And this super isn't, like, again, it's not the strongest super, but, I mean, it worked. I won with it. Alright. What are we at now? Okay. And, alright. What was I doing here again? Right. Handbar? Or is that hanger? It looks like a B, not a G. Meanie Genie sent up in smoke. This is another plane boss. We all know how well the last plane boss went. Yeah. This one might literally be the rest of Strem. Okay, so what do we have here?
This one will get red hot. You're up.
Okay, so what's the difference in this phase, other than me failing? I really didn't stack up.
A great slam and then
Okay, hopefully it doesn't use... Well, we'll have to learn the various attacks and what to do about them. The answer is, not that. Oh boy.
a great slam and then some. And begin.
Okay, the cats. Okay, they don't take many hits, but they take more than that.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Oh yeah, this is gonna take some doing. How far did I make it into the stack up phase? Yeah, because I used the super, okay. So it is a damage phase, not a distance phase.
Now go.
Okay, don't go behind him. Oh, okay.
A great
Yeah, I wasn't kidding about this might be the rest of the stream. Alright, yeah, that was going to take a lot longer because I hadn't supered him, so I wouldn't skip the phase.
red hot. You're up.
I think I want this attack because it seems the most learnable out of them. Like, it's... Like, obviously I'm doing terrible here, but... I'm making progress, I guess. I'm starting to make it to the second phase. Well, I'm getting the sword one, that's why. I have absolutely no idea what the heck you're supposed to do against that. Like, at all. In the slightest. Which is why he's using it again. There's just so many of them. Now, okay, I made it through that phase. Now, does this phase work the same? Yes. No. Oh, those are the same phase. Okay. Interesting.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Alright, now I know Washer did comment on this working in hard mode, but maybe there's a nuance to it. No, that phase is still a joke. Alright, I guess we'll get to see what's changed. Nothing. You look exactly the same. But I made it super far. Okay, I feel like these phases don't match up with the lines on the thing.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Okay, swords. I mean, I did terrible, but like that, I feel like I can learn that. Alright, I didn't stack up, I know.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Okay, cats. And he's gonna disappear right as I do this. Okay, and this phase, unfortunately I wasted the super on this phase, basically. Considering what it comes down to. Alright. Yeah, I definitely missed with that. Or did I? I can't tell.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
Part of me is saying... Since it doesn't work on this phase... Now this phase I'm not too worried about. Alright, here's the plan. Okay, right, when he's attacking, just focus on... That barely made a difference, it feels like, but... Maybe it did. I'm just gonna use the supers when I get the supers.
This one will get red hot. It's on.
Except not on that phase, because that phase is free. And, like, how are you supposed to... But I'd like to start gaining super again for when I need it. That should have blown up.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
Like, this is just... madness. Like, I remember with this boss, like, the problem with this boss is his first phase is very difficult, very random. So...
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Like, sometimes you're gonna get this. And he's gonna block your super. Damn it.
Good day for a swell battle. Now go.
No, I did not, and I probably will not.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go!
Which of those three tricks is the first one you learned? Because I fell for two
A
different
brawl
tricks.
is surely brewing.
Thank you.
And begin!
And you say that about this trick too. And the other one, like, unless you're considering, like, just summoning stuff, summoning projectiles from a treasure chest to be one trick, which, I mean, fair enough if so, but that doesn't explain you also using the skull attack. Just saying.
This match will get red hot. You're up!
Okay, swords. Look at that, you use swords, I don't take a hit. Because the swords are weirdly, like, way easier to deal with than the other attacks, because they, like, they're a simple pattern compared to the other things. There's relatively, well, first of all, there's the least of them. Which I think is the real winner here. But I made it here with 2 HP thanks to that. I mean, it's a shame I got hit twice in the stack-up segment, but... Oh, I thought it was done. But yeah, I'm getting halfway through that phase when I do that. Okay.
Good day for us. Well done.
Wait, when did I lose my first hit? It must have been in that phase. It's probably crashed into the jewels. Like, part of me is saying just RNG grind for swords. Which, if that's the strategy I end up going with, that's really lame.
A great slam and then some. You're up!
Okay, we got swords. I still managed to get hit, but only once. Then I fail at the stack up. I need to get better at this segment. I need to get better at all the segments, but no, that's not true. There is one I have mastered, and it is effortless. Damn it. It's still going. Like, I knew I wasn't really gonna enjoy Dimji the Great. about here, right? Alright. Like, that phase is just free. Oh, the hat stops before he does. Okay. I'll learn eventually. I have to learn every phase. Treasure is the worst one because it's random. That's your most devastating attack, dude. Like, don't play yourself short here. Or don't oversell yourself here. Now this, on the other hand, is just sad. This one's gonna frustrate me. This one's gonna frustrate me. Okay, you can go behind him, so with this one you just do this until it ends. Oh, it's not over. Does it not end? Well, this isn't gonna set any speed records, but it's safe. I didn't go far enough forwards. Okay, so it really is not a random attack, but a random phase. At least I have a strategy for the jewels now that just takes several minutes and is a waste of time, but it worked. Which arguably makes Catch the worst. Right about here. Maybe a little further back. It's hard to say. Like, is that an oversight that that works? Like, it must be. It's too easy for this game.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
Okay, swords. 3 HP. Not ideal, but... I wish... okay, I really need to get better at the stack-up phase, too. Like, seriously. Did I seriously just flawless the stack up? That's what I get for talking. That is what I get. Like, come on. That was stupid. Still, I'm here with... What did I just say about that's what I get for talking? Because as soon as I was about to say, still, I'm here with 2 HP, I immediately get hit. Immediately. Okay, I see how it is.
Will get red hot. Now go.
Aye. Okay, I did terrible that time. Like, I know the stack up phase, I think that... I don't know how this boss works, I'll be honest.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
At least the game seems to have deemed it a good idea to keep giving me the sword phase for the moment. Just the one that I'm most confident that I can beat quickly. This is the phase that I am not confident I can beat. Like, why am I so bad at this? They're moving the diagonal. That's all they're doing is moving the diagonal. Like, I think there is a chance I can get here if that exact situation happens. My strategy isn't perfect, but like, you've seen how well it works. Because like in normal mode, I could be slightly farther forwards, but like the ghosts take more hits, I think. Or maybe it's a challenge with Mystical Chalice's bombs. Alright. Darn it. Why am I getting hit? I'm not going to the very edge. That's why I'm getting hit. That attack is still very devastating, it turns out. Even with, like, it worked once. cats. How is it? See, I want to do all of them eventually, which is why I'm starting with Dimji here. Like, instead of just leaving the ones I don't want to do and just never do them, because spread out the pain. That was definitely a waste of a super. I got there with 3 HP though. Even on cats, so I am getting better at the phase 1s at least. That's good. Alright. Die, Dimji. Die. Alright. All the way. All the way. I was going too slow for too long. All the way. Nope, I didn't go all the way. And of course, there's still a risk that an errant treasure might hit me. Nope, didn't go far enough for that. Like, it's the only thing that I can think of that might work against that phase is this farce. Yeah, and sometimes that's just gonna happen. Because of the random element. Okay, we made it. So it's like, it's just not solved by any means, and like, that would not work if you're going for an S rank, because I am gonna be too slow if I do that. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be too slow anyway, because I'm not good enough to not be too slow. So basically, I want to stand a little farther forwards. I think the reason this... Alright. It still works well enough. Okay. So it does stop, but not for long. So I probably don't want 100% focus on dodging. Probably.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna last the full, like, several hours today. This is already wearing on me a little bit. Okay, swords. I wasn't paying attention to Jimji, because I need to... And, like, it takes, like, no damage to get through that phase. Stupid part. Mini sword, like... Cause, like, I haven't been on this boss that long, realistically. But it's a lot more frustrating than the other one, just because of the, like... Sometimes you get this. And considering how much trouble the allegedly first plane boss gave me, you know we're in for a rough time here. Welcome home, Soapful. I'm getting a little frustrated at this boss. Just because of the random nature of the first phase and, like, not really getting time to practice the later phases. It's hard. Like, I knew this was going to be one of the ones I wouldn't like. Okay. Oh, great, this. See, like, sometimes he uses this attack, and the winning move is to do this. Which takes forever. And sometimes that's gonna happen anyway. But, like, this is the most reliable strategy I can find for this. It's like, I can't keep track of all those projectiles. Hi, channel. Ah! Darn it. This boss.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
And, like, I'm doing this on expert mode. That does not make it any easier. Can't believe I... Okay, I just... Oh, the floor and roof don't hurt here. Don't know why I intentionally ended myself there, but...
Now go.
I'm trying a new strategy here because the old strategy isn't effective enough. It's called, I did good. Like, it's called that the other strategy, I mean, it's gotten me through it without damage once before, but, like, it takes way too long, and I'm impatient. I want to get on with like the harder parts. And then there's this phase, which is just a time sink. Like, as I said, time sink. Okay, here's the plan. Just pound on him, and then at this point use it. I don't think that helped.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
Now for cats. Okay, it should... I was gonna say, yeah, the phase should be over because I used the super on him. Wasn't immediately, though. Alright, time sync time. And like, well, not perfectly consistent. I have gotten hit once doing this. It's consistent enough that I don't want to change. Like, there's no reason not to do it. And like, when I'm shrinking like that, I'm not doing any damage, so... I was doing so well there too, and then I just fell apart at the end.
This one will get red hot. You're up.
Alright, what are we getting? And like, I can't give myself coffee or anything because like the parry health charm would be wonders here, but I said with Chalice, so having extra HP after parries, which I do enough, I think. I'd get like 2 extra health from doing 3 parries. Like, that is legitimately part of the problem with this boss, is that his, third phase out of the 5 he has, and it only shows 4, is boring?
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Okay, swords. Hi, Izzy. Okay, this is just embarrassing now. Storage is supposed to be the easy one. Like, I've made it through swords without taking a hit before. Only once, mind you, but like, normally I can get through with only one hit at least. Like, this is the...
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Die. Why can't you only take 4 hits like me? That'd make the game very easy.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
See, the thing is, I do, with Mystical Chalice, get the benefit of the extra health. But I need to do it with her. It's necessary. Alright, getting right about here. Darn it. And I still got another phase to learn after I can start making it through that one consistently.
Red hot. Now go.
Or inconsistently, as the case may be. That is so weird how it shows that one at the beginning of this phase. It's a weird thing.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Like if you die before the you didn't stack up phase starts, but after you finish the first phase. But yeah, see? Only 1 damage. I shouldn't have taken that damage, because I guess I have to do 1... He has 5 phases, so I have to do 2 phases without taking a hit, and I can take a hit in the other 3 phases. I already have one of the ones that I'm not going to take a hit on, which is this one. It's not a perfectly guaranteed win, but like, it's close enough that I don't even have to look at the screen when doing. But yeah, you see, I was far enough forward that even with the planet eyeball things at the top of the screen, they didn't hit me.
A great slam and then
I
some.
might
You're
move
up.
on from this boss, honestly. But at the same time, I don't want to leave it for the end, but I believe this was the last boss that was your S rank, so maybe I should just leave it to the end. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna beat it with Chalice, so I feel like I can move on, but I'm just gonna do it on regular. I'll beat it with on expert later with like a good like the blessed charm once I unlock that
A great
or
slam and then
something like
some.
that. I don't
Here
know.
goes.
Wow, this is literally nothing. Wow, it didn't work this time. It must have been too far forward or just got unlucky. Because Chalice's bombs are more random. Wow, the difference. Ow. Between the two difficulties is massive. I saw that coming, but I forgot the shrink button. Literally first try on regular. And I'll be happy with that for now. I'll maybe come back and expert that with, like, whatever the ideal charm is for it. And with that, just doing it on regular before I decided I just didn't want to deal with it. I, got how many deaths? Wasn't even that many. It's like 100 deaths. It's not that many. It was tiring. But we'll do the next one on expert because it's a running gun. I might not do that for the plain ones though yet. I'll come back to them maybe. Oh. This is not an improvement. Never mind. Are there any bosses that aren't, like, Death Incarnate left? Let me look at my list. Not here. I feel like Werner Werman isn't the worst one. Really? Both, plain ones are the last two. And same with here. Well, let's give it a try, but this might be getting too hard for me right now. And maybe I will go and just do it on...
Good day for a swell battle.
Oh, I just remembered a thing I need to do. Hi, Gold! Welcome to Strem. Welcome to me going on to a different boss because I was getting frustrated with the previous boss. So I just decided to do it on normal mode for now, just to unlock, like, to do it with Chalice. Because I kind of want to use something other than Chalice for expert mode on it. Mainly the, parry charm, I think, just for the ton of extra hits if I parry things. Now, I'm realizing this is probably not going to end well. But thanks to her having a... Okay, well... It's this boss, so we want that.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
I don't like... Wait. Okay, for a second there I thought falling off the stage wasn't hurting me.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
I'm feeling charged for this first phase, honestly. So what I'm gonna do is this. Because I know I need, like, absolutely... charge for the last phase, so that's why I'm keeping it. Now I want Lobber. I wasn't paying enough attention. I have to pay attention to two. I mean, I almost made it to the final phase. Oh, this is going better than anticipated. The last phase is horrible, though. And I'm assuming that's not gonna change on Expert. Yeah, I got myself cornered between the tail and the other thing there. Poor Grim Match 6, he does not seem that intimidating. Like, he stutters. He seems shy. Till the third phase, that is. Actually, wasn't it, like, were the crowds always going this way? You know, I should use my super. You know, yeah, I should use my super. That's a good idea.
Here's a real high-class battle.
This is, like, hard, but it's more fun. Jim G, you are not a fun boss. Alright, go down here. That was a waste of a supercell.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Now, Chalice shines more here, I feel, because, like, having a double jump is nice. The parry dash, not as important. Alright. Yeah, I remember this going the other way. I also had a full super that I didn't use, and, I don't want... I'm gonna take this one. Because the other super on that final phase is gonna be terrible. I don't feel like I had a platform there. Well, I might as well use this. Darn it. Honestly, that feels easier than I remember, because the clouds are, I think, okay, I wanna check something. I'm curious about something, because we're not actually gonna do it on regular, but I just want to check something.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
It is! It's going in the opposite direction! That probably makes it easier, honestly. Because this direction is only useful in phase 1. Because, like, now... I have to, like, turn around to hit him versus the way I'm going, and it's awkward, and, like... Same thing with this last phase. Anyway, we're not doing it on, easy, on regular, of course. We're gonna do it on expert. I think we can do it, maybe. We'll see. But first, I need to BRB. So, BRB. Well, I'm dead unless someone saves me. You missed! I did not deserve to get away with that. I am going to die. See? Okay, I was... Okay, that was a little too perfect. Just a little. Ow, can you get up, Link? That would be nice. Why did I die? There was nothing that hit me. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want here. Alright. Not even blue yet. I should fix that. Apparently I'm not centered enough. Game. Was that just me? Or did that feel wrong? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the best part is I had max crystal coconuts because I had just gotten a banana fairy. Okay, James, if you're watching, can you please clip that? That button. Alright. Excellent. Because 2 of the phases seem like not significantly harder, potentially easier in some ways. I prefer the clouds going this way.
This match will get red hot.
I mean, it's inconvenient in phase 1, sure. Darn it. Don't misunderstand my flames. I just meant fun in games. That's what you claim.
Well battle. Now go.
At least I now know there is, significant difference in difficulty between regular and expert. Darn it, I jumped too early. And the audio tell there is helpful.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
Honestly, I might not need. I should use lob. It's gonna work better for that. Don't want to have to focus on an extra thing. Not even attempting to parry anything in this battle. Like, there's only parryables in the first phase, too. Now, I know this does good damage. Why am I not doing this? No! Well, I got that close already. This isn't gonna take that long,
Here's
I
a
don't
real
think.
high-class battle. Here goes.
Can I have a cloud that's low enough for me to get on? Okay, I have 2 hits for the final phase this time. Another heart. Woo! That was weirdly simple. That was one of the bosses that gave me serious issues on normal. I mean, I even got the time, but I didn't parry once. Same grade as before. I wasn't expecting to get the time while using Shield Buddy. Like, realistically. Which means... Alright, so how many times did we die on this one? Anyone who's actually been paying attention to the numbers will be able to tell, but I haven't, so I can't. I'll come back to you eventually, Jimji. That many. Alright. What do you want next, Miss Cactus? Alright. I'll try it on expert, but I'll probably end up going back to... I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how annoying I find this one. I mean, it's not Dimji, so it's gonna be better. Right? Right? But... I also don't want to leave all of the shooter ones for the very end on expert. Morning, Hazma. Welcome to Strem. I just beat Grim Matchsticks in like 20 minutes on expert. I'm not entirely sure he was harder. Oh, I see. Alright, you. I My water's missing. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I probably should have done the BRB screen while I did that, but I didn't.
A great slam and then some.
Alright. I probably shouldn't stand too... Am I right about the Yoshi eggs, being, like... At least this phase is consistent, and, like, compared to Dimji, seems reasonable. Like, there's only so much going on. Hi,
You can't shoot a bird in its home. Kausk gun 0 and 7 pew sumph 101 gun sumph 101 gun sumph 101 gun.
Hi, cows. I just beat the boss that almost made me rage quit in normal mode in about 20 minutes. On expert mode. So I don't know how to feel about that.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
Expert on a lot of bosses is a lot harder. On that boss, I'm not sure if it was actually easier, though. Like, it's... just... I'm almost certain that, for example...
Here goes.
No, cows, expert is... I was not getting... Like... I want to say, like, he shoots, like, twice as fast, if not more, on a lot of the bosses. Like, I want to check something after I lose this time. See if I'm right. I don't have a soap yet. So I don't have a soap command yet. But this is just take a look at regular. Just for the sake of the argument. See if I'm right.
Good day for a swell
Yeah.
battle. Here goes.
Yeah, see, they don't have the ones at the back, so you can just stay on the back wall the entire time. And, like, he's shooting way less frequently. There's no birds yet. No, now there's birds. I'm playing really badly anyway. No, you're right. Like, compared to the other form, this is... See, at first try, I made it to the second stage. Like, the attacks are a lot slower. I remember when I... Okay, yeah. But you get the idea, like, the other one... You get the idea of the difference. It's more than just a speed thing. They attack faster, more frequently, and some attacks are worse. But, the one that I did this for, Grim Matchsticks, right? This guy over here. On regular, I'm just gonna show this off to explain why I think it went well. On regular, also, having the Mystical Chalice for it definitely helps, because her level on regular, the clouds go this way, which... It's fine. In the first phase, is helpful. Should be moving. Okay, me. You are playing absolutely dreadful now. But in phase 2 and 3, the clouds going this way is not helpful because I have to keep turning around. You know, if I'm gonna just demonstrate phase 3, I should do that. And in phase 3, it's the same way, where I'm having to run away, which means I have to turn around to shoot. And it feels like he's shooting just as frequently. But on Expert, the clouds go the other way, meaning phase 1 is harder because of that, but phase 2 and 3 are actually, in a way, easier because the clouds are going the other way. Anyway, why am I going this way? I want to go this way. Did you know you could go this way, cows? Wait, I went into regular, my bad. I'll give regular one try just to...
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
You have to actually hit the bird. You can't hit the house. Yes! Okay, there we go. Let's do this on Expert. I did skip one of the bosses on Expert just because Dimji the Great is not a really fun boss.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Alright. Ow. Is he aiming more for me, or am I just...
For a swell battle. And begin.
No. He is not aiming for me. It's just that I need to kind of be in front of him if I want to damage him. Wait, I have this. Yeah, I had almost made it to phase 2.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
Doing that is a terrible idea. But like right now, I am failing. I am lucky I got that super off in time. My goal right now is to make it to phase 2. We have made it to phase 2. That is a little bit faster.
This match will get red hot.
A little bit faster. Ow. 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 Like, those extra things just preventing me from hiding at the back are the worst.
You're up.
It's just giving me less time to react to the already faster projectiles. Ah. Not even close to this, like, it isn't the first, wasn't the last phase something I only beat by, getting there with full health and invincibility and, like, a super? Oh boy.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Those eggs!
A great slam and then some. You're up.
I am totally gonna miss. But I still have 3 HP. I still have 2 HP. I still have 1 HP. Hey, I made it to the second phase again. Hey, immediately died in the second phase again.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
It was literally done using the same techniques. Like, the graphics are not drawn digitally, they are drawn by hand. Like, they used the techniques of the era to make the game. That doesn't mean I'm doing good.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
Like, something was flashing on Wally Wobble's side and it was distracting me.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
Yeah, come on, Cows, you could totally do this. It's not hard. Ignore the fact that on the easiest shmup boss, I spent 2 hours on expert mode. I'm totally making it like a solid fifth of the way through the boss fight consistently.
Good day for a swell battle. Here goes.
Alright, let's see if we can survive more than a second. Well, we dodged the first feather this time. Progress. We made it 1 feather farther into the boss.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
Right, right. Well, I made it to the phase again. I'm starting to make it to the second phase with 1 health more consistently. I got cornered. Nope. You know, I should probably watch that at some point, 'cause it would be interesting. Like, I know vaguely of how ridiculous this is, like, of a project. No, I made it twice in a row at one point.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Oh, that's a good thing, question mark?
And begin.
You know, considering the eggs, you'd think this is a female bird, but I'm pretty sure Wally here is male? Or whatever his name was. I'm standing too close is part of my problem. Except there I want to be close.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
Maybe. Yes, Harry the Yellowbird me. Good freaking job. Yeah, I should have. Remember me, you can shrink. I haven't shrunk once in this boss battle.
High-class bout. You're up.
I mean, Yoshis don't spit eggs. It's Birdo. It must be Birdo.
Good day for a swell
Well, a male Birdo.
battle.
You were close. Good.
A great slam and then some.
Something tells me this battle is going to be the rest of the stream, because, like, unlike Dimji, I wanna keep going at it. Like, Dimji just wasn't fun. Probably just Jimby, honestly. Like, Silent D me. You should know this. Okay, he does stop. He does stop. Okay. I'm doing this very slowly by... I'm never gonna get through this phase if I, insist on shrinking during this. We did it! My dad's the brawn and I'm all brains. Together we bring the pain. So yeah, definitely dad. Alright. Let's keep going for a little longer.
This match will get red hot. It's on.
I kind of have to cook an actual dinner tonight, so I can't go as late as I have been on weekdays, so... there is that. I'll probably have to end around, like, 7:30-ish. Gives me, like... I'll be having a late dinner, but...
Now go.
Okay. Now, at least I know, like, I feel like the second phase, as intense as it looks, is actually easier than the first phase because his attack is more, first of all, he only has one attack instead of two, and I feel like it's easier to deal with. You know, it's funny, because, like, Chalice's specials change significantly when you're not in the plane, but, like, the missile versus the missile is, like, basically the same thing with a different... I hate to call it a sprite, but it is a sprite. You know, I was thinking, when Washer gets affiliate, there's like a few things that like would make like ideal emotes for him if he actually wanted like appropriate good emotes. Like he could have a send pig emote, he could have a golf emote. But knowing him, he'll just go with horrible things, weird things.
This match will get red hot. And begin.
Also, something I'm realizing when I said that the boss had almost made me rage quit, it was partly the boss, it was also partly my chat. The sprite class of DX, which is what exactly? Well, for one thing, I don't think this is using DirectX. Well, yeah, so I guess it's not a sprite by that definition, because it's not using DirectX, because this is a Switch, not a Windows machine.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Like, this isn't a DirectX box, which I've heard is the actual origin of the name of the Xbox, is that it's a box that uses DirectX, so it's an Xbox.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
I remember back years and years ago, one of my brother's friends predicted the names of the console generation that I'm trying to think, it would have been that the PS3, Wii, and Xbox 360 generation.
A great slam.
And his predictions,
You're up.
he got the PlayStation 1 right, surprising absolutely no one. The Xbox, like, this was their second console, so obviously he didn't know the origin of the Xbox name. His name for the second Xbox console was, the Y box, and the GameCube successor's name was a joke, which was the Game Sphere, and he just made a joke about it rolling away.
This match
Anyway, that's my story about the Xbox, I guess. Or I guess in this case, the Y box. Right, those birds, the nail birds, that's my excuse, okay? It's a good excuse, right?
You're up.
Boom. Ah, darn it. I panicked. I wasn't sure which way to go. Okay. Yeah, if I can get in position for that phase, it's definitely easier. I'm pretty sure he has significantly more eggs than in normal mode. Like, I want to say he had... No, he probably still had 6. I don't know. It's been a while since I played this boss in normal mode.
And begin.
Darn it. Yeah, I got a few more minutes before I need to get cooking.
This match will get red hot. Now go.
I also need to take out tomorrow night's dinner. Which I need to decide. Well, actually, I know what I think. No, that's gonna be Wednesday night's dinner. Actually, I should look at the weather before I decide that. Discussing dinner! How exciting! Yeah, the birds panicked me.
Good day for a swell battle. Here goes.
Yes, I'm having a pasta tonight. It's gonna be a pasta with a cream sauce and chicken. Penne, specifically. So I have to cook that.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Nope. Unrelated to dinner, but I was at the store today and carrots were on sale for $2 off, which is a pretty good deal when they're normally $3. Like for the bag of carrots, not for an individual carrot.
Good day for a swell battle. And begin.
Alright. Ow. I keep doing that. Okay, yeah, I'm getting sloppy at this point.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
Also, a funny thing I want to point out. So, yesterday, I'm almost certain Hazama was at both my stream and Cow's stream at the same time. Yet Pikachu gets called out for it, but not Hazama. I mean, Pikachu was literally in the stream, so I guess there's that, but still. Considering Hazama was talking about things that were happening in Cow's stream and my stream. For being in multiple streams at once. Like, they made a comment about it. And how do you know Hazama doesn't have 20 streams open at the same time? He wasn't subtle about being in multiple streams that once in my stream yesterday. Or right now.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
I do one. Very occasionally I'll have two open, but I'll basically be non-existent in one of them. And you only knew Pikachu was in the two streams because he posted the raid message, which Hazama also did, unless he was just lurking completely in your stream before then.
Now go.
Although Hazama's raid message probably contained other stuff. Knowing Hazama. Oh, you actually did the... You did? That's unusual.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Okay, so you were mostly lurking in Cow's stream, that's why he didn't notice. Oh! You put this as a raid message with a question mark, okay. You know what? By your standards, that's pretty good. Also, Hazama, I have decided what my raid message is gonna be from Washer until he actually comes up with a raid message. And that message is gonna be send pig.
Now go.
I think you'd appreciate that one. Of course, I shoot only the pink bird. Ah! Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, I got here with health. It didn't get me very far, but... Oh, you left. But then you were talking about Cows' stream and my stream. Did you just... Is that after you had left? What you saw while you were there? I'm even more confused. Okay, so that's what it was. So yeah, it was... So you weren't subtle about, being in multiple streams technically at Cows either. It's just... You weren't actually in multiple streams for very long. Fair enough.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Yeah, you were really into the ads yesterday, weren't you? Now I have the hiccups. Great. Yeah. Well, to be fair, maybe he assumed at that point that you left my stream and were staying, but you didn't. You actually just immediately left and went back to mine.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
And that got you in the commercial mood, and then you were just watching commercials on Nico Video. How have the ads been today? It was gone? Why was it gone? Oh, that's weird. They should be existent. Oh, you haven't been here then when I BRB'd, or I don't know.
A brawl is surely brewing.
What happened to it? Oh, okay. So basically, some jerks with a botnet. It's surprising it was gone for months though, and like, imagine if that happened to Google, and it was just gone for a few months. Ah. So, like, it wasn't down in Japan for nearly as long as internationally, just because, like, to save on traffic. Ah, static pages, so, yeah.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
That's a long time for it to be down from the DDoS, though. Hi, Izzy. You already said hi to me, but I'm saying hi again. Well, if it did start as a dungeon maker, I can see that. Them wanting to have, like, mechanics from every Zelda. Ah. Okay, I looked away and, like, magically didn't get hit by something that should have hit me. And this time I magically did get hit by something that should have hit me. Anyway, I'm basically at the end of stream here because I need to cook dinner. So, apparently there might be someone I can raid. That's... Good job me turning off the switch, by the way. I'm just like, I'm done. Let's turn the switch back on. Good job, me. You did it. This one. And I'm gonna raid somewhere where Hazma already is. Here's my raid message. I should say I'm gonna raid now. That's normally what I do.